ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on, Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Look at that hole open up. Oh, Ziska's going to cut free. He's over the 30. Watch the puck. Here comes free. He fires. Same play. Conklin with the slam on the channel.
Well, this day in Minot North football program history has been a much awaited one. Although the specific date hasn't been on the calendar for all that long, a fairly recently scheduled game between the Minot North Sentinels and Century JV Patriots. But whoever the opponent is, it's time to get this program, this season underway for Minot North. And with that, we bring you into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show ahead of Minot North football for the first time ever on the PSP Network. Alongside Corey McIver, I'm Owen Patterson on the call. Corey, it's the first game of the season for many teams across the state this week. Some had it last week. There's always nerves there, whether it's your first year or your 60th year as a football program. But obviously, when it's your first time ever out there, it's probably a pretty special experience.
Yeah, I think we were talking here before we went on the air, and I think for Minot North, there's a level of excitement, I think, in the community, at the school here, and even on the at the field here, with watching the fans trickle in here before kickoff, and just talking with some people that I know that work that teach at the school here, and some of the kids, and there's some excitement here, and they're excited to be in their own home, at their own home field. and representing the Minot North Sentinels, and you can see, if you get a chance to pan it out here, you can see there's a great showing as far as fan support, and I think just the level of excitement, and like you said, it's a brand new season, first games for everybody, so it's going to be kind of exciting to watch this team mature as the season goes.
Remember, this is Century's JV team on the field today. You won't see many of the seniors that will be on the field tomorrow when Century's varsity team takes the field on a regular Friday night. So just keep that in mind as we go along today. But this is the real deal for Minot North. It gets started today, and we'll have more of the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show coming up next after this commercial break.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice, oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice, this is the rhythm of the slice, oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Once again, I'm Owen Patterson. Glad to be joined by the head football coach of the Minot North Sentinels, Jacob Holman. Coach, some would say the wait is finally over, but I think the term better to describe what's been going on the last 2 years, the preparation is over. How would you assess the preparation for this very night?
Yeah, it's been a really fun but long 2 years, but at the same time it's gone really quick. So to get to experience this night is something we've been looking ahead to for quite a while now. Our kids are really excited about, and we are just excited to see our kids get to play under the lights in front of their hometown.
You could say nobody in the state has seen this Minot North team. A lot of people are unfamiliar with this program, but without spoiling the whole playbook, what do we expect to see from the Sentinels this season?
We're going to play really hard. We preach effort, flying around, getting to the football on defense, being smart, tough, and physical on offense. We want to run the ball and dominate the line of scrimmage, so that's the goal.
And then my last question for you, it's what every coach, what every football coach wants to do, that final message before the game begins. What's your first final message to the team today?
Yeah, I think it's just stay in the moment. This is a cool night. Emotions will be high for a lot of people, myself included. This is a dream that I've had since I was a little kid. So to just stay in the moment and enjoy it, and not let things become a distraction to us. But really excited to watch our kids play and hope that they can soak it all in tonight.
Glad you could take time to join us here on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We have more of the pregame show coming to you on the PSP Network, including the Northern Plains Heating and Air Keys to the Game coming up next after this commercial break.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Coin toss from Sentinel Stadium means we're just that much closer to kickoff of the high school football season for the Minot North Sentinels and Century JV Patriots. None of these teams have taken the field in a counter game this year, so not only for the Sentinels is this going to be kind of a game where you learn a lot about yourself, but also for Century's junior varsity program, all about building the future of that great Century football program as the years go on. So a very important matchup today, and to break it down a little bit further, let's take a look at our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game with over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts and the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. We'll start with the Sentinels this time, and it's all about a strong start. And where does that strong start really specifically get started at?
Well, I always like to boil it down to being able to control the line of scrimmage, but either offensively or defensively, because that's, obviously anybody that follows the game of football or coaches or plays knows that the games can be won and lost at the line of scrimmage. And so for the Sentinels, I think emotions are going to be running high today with being the first home game in school history, and you got a good crowd here showing the support. So you want to get out there and you want to get off to a quick start, strong start, being able to move the ball down the field a little bit. There's going to be some mistakes here and there. You're going to have to be able to learn from them. Hopefully they don't accumulate to too many huge ones, but being able to control that line of scrimmage on both sides and have some positive things, especially offensively. You're going to have some success offensively. That's going to get the crowd going, and you're going to be able to do some more things in your playbook if you can be successful with a lot of stuff. You want to keep Century's defense guessing what you're going to be doing. And then on the defensive end for Minot North, being able to control, you're going to give up some big plays here and there, but then to have a short memory and be able to, and if Century gives them some mistakes, gives them an opportunity to get a turnover here and there, take advantage of stuff like that, because that's a huge momentum in the sport of football.
A lot of the things you just said about Minot North can go for Bismarck Century as well. They're going to be two very identical-looking teams, especially scheme-wise on the offensive side. So pretty much goes the same for the Patriots. Control the line of scrimmage, show your physicality. They might have the advantage here despite being the JV team. But remember, Minot North has just two seniors on the roster. Very identical looks for these two teams today. Should be a good matchup to kick off this season. Well, the starting lineups are being announced here at Sentinel Stadium, and we have them as well as the Bismarck Century offense was announced. Their starting quarterback is going to be the sophomore Caden Wellstad, but as is the case with many JV games, may see a mixture in there. Max Splonskowski is the backup due up for the Patriots if need be, but Wellstad gets the start. And it's a team that uses the fullback in the starting lineup. Always love those. Braden Morris dots the I with the tailback Hunter Helgeson. The tight end is Carter Coast. Wide receivers Isaac Bachmeyer and Zakai Haroldstad. Their speed on the boundaries for the Century Patriots. And that big offensive line from left to right. Bennett Filler at tackle, Trevor Chapman at guard. The center is Kian Ducek at right guard, Hudson Kraft, and right tackle Chance Hamers. As for the defense for Minot North, the team that's going to be running a 3-4 set. Defensive lineman Andre Good, Ethan Howie, and Gabe Mendez. Linebackers Christian Dedman, Braden Blickery, Evan Berg, and Harrison Schaefer. Got some athletes at that linebacker spot as well, and the defensive backs. That's where the speed is for the Sentinels. A very athletic team on the defensive side. Josiah Jackinet and Gavin Toby at the corner positions. Cameron Jez and Paxton Pakulak are the safeties. And look at the stars right there. For many of them, it's their first time on a field in a game with this much intensity, this much on the line. For Minot North, this one counts in the record books.
Yeah, absolutely. You're looking at a team that they've practiced since the beginning of August. They've probably had a handful of scrimmages against some other teams, but this is the first time you're going under the lights for a game that counts in the standings. And what better way, the excitement level for the players is through the roof as well with the fans and everybody in attendance watching the game. So these kids are going to be excited, and sometimes the hardest thing as a coach sometimes is to try to channel that excitement so you're not too overly excited and pumped up for that opening kickoff and you give up a big play or something. It's being able to channel that excitement and then sustain it, not just for the first drive or the first play, but being able to carry it through into the first quarter quarter and halftime and throughout the second half as well. So that's going to be the challenge for this Minot North coaching staff, is to kind of get these guys focused and channeled and ready to go.
That's exactly what Jacob Holman told me in our interview earlier in the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. By the way, with timely services that won't slow you down, a Valvoline Instant Oil Change service will take about 15 minutes, and any of their service centers in Minot or Bismarck. Also find out what they do online at VIOC. In 30 seconds, we'll be back with the kickoff to Minot North Sentinel football on the PSP Network.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
Alex Peterson has the ball on the tee, and we are about set for kickoff here in Minot. Beautiful Sentinel Stadium. First look for many at this new facility. Great grandstand, which is filling up with a lot of blue and silver, but there's blue and red here to our left as well. Century in the white, Minot North in the navy blues. We are underway with high school football on the PSP Network, and what a boot by Peterson, as that is a touchback. The Sentinels will start with 1st and 10. Well, we introduced the defensive starters, got a little bit backwards there. How about the starting quarterback for the Minot North Sentinels today, Braden Blickery. He won a quarterback competition with the sophomore Paxton Paklek, and the bid for the starting quarterback went to the junior, Braden Blickery. He's got receiving targets to throw to on both sides, and it's also a team that's going to run the football, maybe get him a little more comfortable in his first start.
I think the big thing here that obviously this first the first play of the first game, you're going to want to try to get some positive yards here, figure out what kind of play is the most comfortable for everybody, everybody involved. Looks like there might have been some miscommunication here between the coach and the quarterback. It looks like we got the play here, but yeah, hopefully get a good chunk of yards here, get a good play here to start off. Get the nerves out of the way is the big thing here. The first time everybody gets hit is always kind of interesting.
As expected, I formation to get us started. Blickery takes the under center snap. The handoff going left. And that is his big running back, Christian Dedman. Kind of looks like a tight end in the backfield. He's got speed. He's got power. They're going to rely on Christian Dedman a lot.
Yeah, that's, when you have a workhorse like that, you're going to want to get him the football as much as you can and see if you can get in space, because you can get a guy that size going up against a defensive back or a safety is always a good thing. So if you can establish that edge, and as far as the tackle and tight end on the play side, you're going to be able to get that guy going. It's going to be downhill running for him.
Split backs this time. Evan Berg off to the right of the quarterback, Blickery. It's a Century defense. It's going to have a big challenge here in the first drive of the game. It's a little jet sweep for Josiah Jackanet. It's a first down and more. Jackanet keeps on running to the 39. First down Sentinels, and they are on the move.
Yeah, that was a good play call. You get those guys going in motion, and you get them going on a sprint like that. That jet sweep has kind of been a play that everybody is kind of utilizing, and from Pop Warner all the way up to college and the pros, they try to get their speedsters going and just get them the ball, and all you got to do is just seal the edge and just get a nice block there, and you can get to the sideline.
Jackanet in the slot near side. That's Cameron Jez, the split end, right on the bottom of your screen. Another handoff for Dedman. Not too much given there as the Patriots rally. There's 9 white jerseys there needed to take down Christian Dedman. Let's introduce you a little bit to that Century defense. The defensive line, some big kids right there. Chance Hamers, the sophomore. Aiden Thompson right in the middle, 6'2", 275, and a sophomore. Hudson Kraft is the other defensive tackle. Trevor Chapman plays defensive end with the linebacking core of Isaac Bachmeyer, Manning Buckmiller, and Carter Coast. The defensive backs for the Patriots, Marshall Arndt, Max Splonskowski, Braden Morris, and Josiah Johnson. Tight formation again for the Sentinels. Another give to Dedman, and right there to wrap him up from Bismarck Century, Manning Buckmiller right there in the middle.
Yeah, that was a great job by Buckmiller there, just filling it, recognizing that hole that opened up and stepping up there. As a smaller linebacker or a corner that's going to be filling there, it's going to be a huge body coming in that, but you just got to hold your ground there. But still, great job by North here, a very manageable third down. Don't be surprised here if they maybe throw a little play action here. That Century's anticipating run here, they might bite here on a play fake.
3rd and more than 4. Fumbled snap. Blickery just jumps on it, and that'll help the field position game. You'd have to believe there. It's not a Century takeaway on their side of midfield, but it's not the way you wanted that drive to end.
No, yeah, and that's unfortunate. Again, it could be nerves. Not staying in there long enough to get the snap from the center. But it's still not a bad opening drive by Minot North. They showed that they were able to kind of move the ball a little bit against this defense.
Right guard Max Hall came off the field holding his right shoulder. Obviously not the center, but not something you want to see on the first drive in injury. Now there's more trouble with the snap as it's high for the punter. Minot North, and this is a ball that's going to roll just past the 50 to the 49-yard line. Officially a punt of 9 yards for the Minot North Sentinels. The Patriots will take over, and we've got enough time here to introduce you to their starting quarterback. It's going to be Caden Wellstad. It's 2 sophomores in the running at the quarterback position for Century, but similarly to Minot North, the early part of this game, maybe settling them into a moment like this by establishing the running game.
Both teams are going to want to get their running game going because that always just kind of opens up the playbook, no matter what you're looking at. So getting the run game going early is going to be key for everybody.
Instead, it's play action. Century trying to take a deep shot right away, and it's just dropped. It was in the basket of Isaac Bachmeyer, and now the flags start flying after that as some early contact. Like it was Jacquinette in coverage for Minot North, and Century going to pick up some extra yards.
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, he was there, had good position, but unfortunately you're not, you don't take a look back and see where the football's at and you make contact there. It might have been a little early, yes, but, that was a great job. You got the sideline, your side judge there, you got the back judge there, had a good look at it. So, unfortunate break there, but, I like the aggressiveness from Century taking a shot. You're at midfield, you got really nothing to lose. That was a great job of taking a shot down the field.
Play that nearly caught Minot North off guard, and now they'll go full back dive. That's Century football right there, but Minot North says we're here as well. The defensive front makes a stop.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Those linebackers, if you've got quick enough linebackers there that can fly to the ball and can get off the blocks or maybe even beat those offensive linemen to the gap that they're trying to, you're going to want to try to take advantage of that, because the last thing you really want to do is get the big fullback going downhill. So anytime you can get contact on them is good, but you got to be careful. They're watching that. You don't want to bite too hard because you could find yourself in a play action.
Loss of 1 for Braden Morris. Now they'll give it to the tailback Hunter Helgeson, and Helgeson will pick up that yard that was lost and gain another. Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Century Patriots. Helgeson, 5'160" junior for the Century Patriots. Just didn't have much of a hole to run through there.
North did a great job of closing that gap. You got a huge 3rd down here. Big momentum swing for both teams. Obviously, if Century can convert that's huge. But of course, North can get a chance to get off the field. That's going to be a good opening drive for the defense as well.
3rd and 9 from the 40. Dropping back to pass is Wellstad. He throws it, it's picked off. The Sentinels have a takeaway. They stop the drive right there on 3rd down. It's a return out to the 33-yard line. Who got that one for Minot North? It was Gavin Toby.
Yeah, that was a great job by Toby, just sitting there playing center field, and we have we talked about it in the opening, the keys of the game, those big plays, that the opportunity for to take advantage of a potential turnover, and when you have the quarterback under duress like he was, they had a guy, Minot North guy on his shoulders there, try and go for a sack. He just kind of threw it up, hoping it would be, that prayer would be answered, and Minot North did a great job of just sitting back and waiting for that thing to fall in his hands.
There was a flag down where Wellstad threw it. It looks like it's against Century because Minot North has the football, and now they send 3 receivers out to the near side, 1 to the right. It's a shotgun snap for Braden Blickery, and he's just going to take it himself. Blickery, though, will only pick up a yard or two, getting to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 8 for Minot North. But a highlight play like that can really bring down the nerves a lot. Gavin Toby with maybe the biggest play here in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a play like that, and you know obviously it was an obvious passing down, so you're expecting your safeties to kind of play deep a little bit and just kind of make sure everything stays in front. But yeah, that's one of those huge, like I said, one of those huge opportunities that you take advantage of. And now, let's see if North can kind of duplicate what they did in the opening drive.
Century really playing nobody deep in that secondary. It is a first pass from the Sentinels. Dump it off to the fullback. And there he goes. Breaking tackles down the sideline is Evan Berg. And he'll stay in bounds. It's a first down for the Sentinels on the check down route all the way to their 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great play call. It looked like the coaches from North were recognizing that front, those front four, the linebackers were really flying up. And then just be able to sneak a screen there behind them and let the offensive lineman get out there and get some blocks on some of those little guys there and let your runners just get into space and go. And that's a huge play coming off a turnover here for Minot North and again, keep the momentum going.
Sentinels in plus territory for the first time. It's a toss play and a very short gain on the ground for Carter Coleman, who checks in as the tailback. Sorry, that was Josiah Jacquinette in the backfield for the Sentinels. He's up a 2nd and about 8.
Yeah, I've been really impressed. I think Minot North's done at least these first 2 drives have done a really good job of at least having positive yards on every play. They haven't had let's knock on wood, haven't had a penalty. They had that miscommunication, that fumble there on 3rd down on the first drive, but they've done a great job of staying on the front side of the line of scrimmage.
That sure is Carter Coleman in the game, as it was on the last carry. Number 7 dives forward inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and 3 for the Minot North Sentinels.
Yeah, again, Minot North, they're doing a great job. They're able to establish that line of scrimmage. One of the key things I was kind of looking at, we said during the pregame, and being able to, again, we've got a manageable 3rd and short here. A quick fullback dive there. It looked like Minot North has picked up the first down. It looked like Evan Berg with the handoff there in the fullback position was able to get a first down and able to keep the drive going.
First down for the Sentinels. Closing in on the Serve Pro red zone. Scoreless game, 4:33 to go in the first quarter. Second drive of the game for Minot North. Going right to left on your screen. Under center snap again for Blickery. Hands off to the right. There's a crease. Open field. Touchdown for the Sentinels. It's Christian Dedman in from 23 yards out.
And I tell you what, that was a great job up front. Those offensive linemen had great seals, and I guess everybody better write that name down, Christian Desmond, because that's going to be a trivia question later on in the future. Who was the first Sentinel to score a touchdown in the very first varsity game? So great opening drive, great second drive coming off a turnover, and that's exactly the kind of start. If you're a Minot North player, coach, fan, that's exactly the kind of start you wanted to see. So now they have the momentum here, and so it's going to be interesting to see how they can kind of keep that momentum going.
Carter Coleman with the kick. Christian Dedman was the one that ran in the touchdown for Minot North. 7-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We've got more high school football on the way when we return on the PSP Network.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Sentinels on the board first. A 23-yard touchdown run for Christian Dedman kicks off the scoring today. And the Sentinels will, of course, kick off now going right to left with just 4:16 to go in the first half. Century definitely wants to get the ball back in their hands because they had a drive going before the takeaway and eventual touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Century's going to be able to, they're going to be able to bounce back off of that start here, and they're going to get some good, looks like some decent field position here, and they'll be able to get a good drive going here in the second time.
A rather short kick, but short return as well from David Grunsky, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Patriots at the 33-yard line. You look back at that first Patriots drive, what's something in particular they can build on?
Well, I think just the fact that they were having some success, they were able to move the football, and I think they just got themselves caught, with a long third down opportunity. But I think if they get back to lining up and establishing the run here a little bit and sprinkling in some passes here and there, I think they're going to be okay.
It was play action pass on first down last time. Now it's a toss to the left and juking, making some moves. Carter Wild, he's able to find 7-8 yards on that first down carry. And the Century Patriots are moving on the first play. It was a penalty on the first drive that got him down the field. Now with the ground game.
Yeah, I think that, sticking to that ground game a little bit. They've got some shifty guys there in the backfield. They've got their fullback too that can ground and pound a little bit. So they're going to be able to recover from those mistakes in that first drive, and I think they'll be able to get a decent drive here going.
Another under center snap for Wellstad. Fullback dive. Braden Morris has the first down easily and closing in on midfield to the north 48-yard line.
Yeah, I think you're going to see both North and Century utilize those fullbacks a lot because when you have a second and short, 2-3 yards to pick up a first down, you're going to be able to give it back to that fullback and be able to pick up a first down. North's going to have to kind of shore up a little bit here defensively. They're giving up two big running plays here back to back. They're going to have to kind of tighten it up here a little bit.
First down and 10. Reset the chains for the Patriots. Again, fullback dive. There goes Morris. It takes 3 Sentinels to bring him down. A Minot North defense that really stood up to plays like that to Century on the first drive. They were the ones moving Century backwards, but it seems Century getting a better push here on their second drive.
Yeah, you're seeing a better push here from the offensive line here from Century. Again, this is all that momentum thing, swing here that North had that big turnover in that opening drive of Century's. It's being able to sustain that momentum here that North is going to have to lock down here. You got second and short here. You're probably looking at giving it back to the fullback again.
9 yards on the last fullback dive. They go tailback this time, and it's a first down for Carter Wild, who stayed in the game. Again, that's something you're going to see from Century today. A lot of different players in the backfield, and Wild is one of them.
Yeah, when you have the opportunity to throw in, 1 or 2 different guys rotating those running backs, you might have a guy that specializes in just running between the tackles and just straightforward downhill, and then you just wear the defense down with that, and then you bring in the speedster that can get around the corner to the sideline and outrun people. So you have a nice little combination there if you have the ability to do that.
4 plays and 2 first downs picked up for the Patriots. They go play action pass again. Contact again, but a ball that was overthrown. The intended target was Isaac Bachmeyer. Again, that's Caden Wellstad playing QB for Century. Some better coverage this time from Josiah Jacknett.
Yeah, that was a little better defense. You still I like the play call there from Century. They've been having some success running the football, and now it's just a simple play action to see if those linebackers and see if everybody bites up on the run. We did a great job there defensively of just staying home and waiting for that play to develop.
Straight rollout and a sack. Taken down almost immediately was Caden Wellstad, and there to make the play for the Minot North Sentinels in the backfield, Braxton Thompson. Bringing down that play.
Yeah, that was a good job by Braxton, just coming off the edge there. As the outside defensive end or linebacker, your main responsibility is to make sure nothing gets outside you. recognize the fact there wasn't anybody to come on a block, and you had a free rush at the quarterback. Wellstead, as he gets older, he's going to learn that, discretion's a better form of valor, and if you can just kind of get out of the pocket and maybe throw that thing away a little bit and save yourself, now you're really backed up a little bit. Now North can really pin the ears back and go after if you want.
Shotgun snap to Wellstead. He'll step up to the line of scrimmage, but it's another sack, ending that drive with 11 yards lost on the 2 sacks. This time, credit that to Ethan Howie.
Yeah, that was a great job by that defensive end that came up and forced Wellstead to kind of step up into the pocket. And of course, as an interior defensive lineman, you're taught just to stay in your lane and rush the quarterback and hope that those outside guys will funnel him back into you. And that's exactly what did for Minot North. Huge defensive stand by the North here, and there looks like they have the potential of having some pretty decent field position on this punt.
Timeout taken by the Sentinels before this 4th down and 21 punt. Maybe didn't have the right personnel out there. We'll take this time to remind you that today's game on the PSP Network is brought to you by Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. Try the Blue Buffalo or a plain cheese today at Planet Pizza. Serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Call now 701-852-1700 to place an order. Timeout taken by the Sentinels with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Minot North on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online as well at bnc.bank. It's a rare, busy Thursday night across the state. There's, 7-8 football games going on. Another JV versus varsity game out east, but we're officially in football season. That's got to be a good time.
Absolutely. I think everybody when the calendar flips over to August and football practice is underway, I think everybody looks forward to Thursday nights, Monday nights, Friday nights. Doesn't matter what night it is, as long as there's a football game on, people are going to be ready to watch.
Yeah, this Century team used to playing on Monday nights, but get the rare opportunity to play close to the weekend. What a punt. It's going to roll inside the 10 to the 5, and that is one way to flip what was a drive that stalled out pretty quickly for Century into something positive.
Yeah, that was a great job by the punter and a nice roll, and now the question is going to be, can North take the ball here now at the 5, and can they put together a drive and that could ultimately turn it. The goal is always to have a drive that ends in points, but at least have a drive, sustain something, get yourself close to midfield, because even if you do stall a little bit, you're not punting out of the shadow of your end zone.
44 seconds left in the first quarter as the Sentinels start drive number 3. They scored a touchdown last time they had the ball. This time they're going to have a long voyage to get there. A lot of movement, didn't have the right formation. Play clock winding down to 6. Blickery's just going to take the snap now. High formation, handoff. There goes Coleman again. Dedmond. Dedmond has the first down run.
Yeah, that was a good run there. That was a good play. We got a first down, and if you can get a chunk of yards like that and get a first down after being 1st and 10 from the 5, and now you're in some more comfort. You're in some more breathing room here. You can maybe dabble a little bit with some different ideas, but that was a good first down run, good hard run. There was guys on him all over the place, but that was what looked like it was gonna be a little chaotic, ended up being really nice for North.
Well, they motion a tight end to the near side, have 2 receivers split out this way. It'll be a handoff. Sentinels keeping it on the ground, but the ball is out as well, it looks like. Quickly there to recover for North, maybe an offensive lineman behind the play, and they're going to keep possession. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity there for Century to recover that fumble, but a great job by the offensive lineman or those guys that were trailing the play not to give up on it.
One quarter has come to an end here from Minot. It's the hometown Sentinels leading the Century JV Patriots by a score of 7-0. We'll be back on the PSP Network with the second.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Second quarter begins. Minot North with possession, and maybe another bit of confusion here is they had just 10 players on the field. Run Christian Dedman out there and put him in the slot as, again, Minot North going with a bit of a spread formation here, something they haven't done a whole lot. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Braden Blickery. It'll be close to enough for the first down. They'll only give him 2 yards on the gain. 3rd down and 3 on the way for the Sentinels.
Yeah, that was a good play call. You had that jet sweep. You had success with it earlier in the first quarter, and that's just more or less you watch that jet sweep. You want to see if those linebackers are flying to the guy that's getting the ball, and a great job there with pulling and coming back with the quarterback counter. Still giving yourself a chance with a manageable 3rd down.
3rd down and 3, I formation. Give to the fullback. Berg breaks free. It's a 1st down for Minot North. They keep on moving to the 35.
Yeah, that was a great play call. Both sides are utilizing their fullbacks really well in their run game, and so when the mindset is obviously when you got 2nd and short, 3rd and short, even 4th and short at this point, it almost looks like you're comfortable enough in knowing that you're going to have an opportunity of picking up the 1st down if your fullbacks are running for 6-7 yards.
I'd like to remind you today's broadcast on the PSP Network is brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com. Visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Another 3 receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right of Braden Blickery. Straight drop back, 1 pump fake, throw over the middle, but it's off target. Again, he was looking in the direction of Braxton Thompson, but just again a little bit off the accuracy.
Yeah, I kind of like the aggressiveness on that play call. Spread the guys out, spread the field, get that free safety out of the middle of the field, and all you have to do is just make your guy miss on a slant or anything like that. A little better placement of that football, and I think we're talking about either a huge gain or potentially a touchdown. So I don't be surprised if they can continue to kind of spread the field here and get that safety out of the middle of the field.
Trips to the left now of Blickery. Sentinels want to pass, and they'll do the check down route again. Coleman, he's free. Coleman to the 30. There's a chase group behind him from white jerseys, and Coleman will be tripped up at the 10. Dive ahead to the 6. A huge gain for Minot North. How about, 47 yards for the Sentinels?
Yeah, that again, you're recognizing as an offense, Minot North is at least, that the guys up front for Century like to get up the field and get after the quarterback in the football. So the big plays that they've had here, both in the first quarter and here now, have been those screen plays. And you're using the aggressiveness of the defense to your advantage. And so if you're going to continue to do that as a defense and rush the quarterback, they're going to come back with those screens all the time.
Wasting no time. Christian Dedman, can he find the end zone again? He'll be just short, ruled down at the 1. The Sentinels are in the Surf Pro red zone with 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Surf Pro. Already 1 touchdown inside the 20 for the Sentinels today, and they are just 3 feet away from adding a second. It's Dedman dotting the I in the backfield, but Blickery, the quarterback keeper, he's across the goal line. It's another Sentinel touchdown. There's the official signal. Stop the clock with 9:43 to go in the first half. We have another new score, Minot 13, Century 0.
Yeah, that was, when you're that close, you're inside the 1, you really have to buckle down as a defense. And again, you could, I was almost halfway expecting them to turn around and give it to the fullback Berg and reward him for the hard work he's been doing. But as a quarterback, when you see you can just follow the big guys in front of you into the end zone, that's going to be a good thing. And good, 2 big plays on the offensive end for North and a huge interception on the defensive end gives them the lead here.
Fumbled snap on the PAT. That's going to go nowhere for the Sentinels. So the score remains Minot North 13, Century JV 0. After finding their groove after that turnover, Minot North has put up 13 in a row on the board. Back with more high school football on the PSP Network.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Right away in this first half, a lot to cheer about for the Minot North Sentinels. A 13-0 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. A Christian Dedman touchdown run in the first quarter, and then Braden Blickery sneaks across the goal line just moments ago as it's a 2-possession lead for North. A return here crashing in to his own teammates for the Century Patriots. Once the return man, it'll be first down and 10 from just shy of the 20-yard line. Looked like that might have been Isaac Bachmeyer on the return, a wide receiver. Well, now Century, obviously this is a season as a JV team developing. It's not necessarily about the results, but you just have that sense as the team coming in here to take on the varsity squad that a win would be a huge W.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, because as a JV player, these guys out here right now, they're told that, you know, you're an injury away from being in the starting lineup and playing on Friday night. So you're obviously you want to come out there and put on a good showing for your coaches, and you're going to get it on film. And the nice thing is they're going to be able to go back and watch this and see how they can improve and how they can get better. But yeah, as a JV player, you're always in the mindset that you're a player or two away from contributing on a Friday night, and so you want to put on a good showing here in this game for your coaches as well.
A lot of these guys will be putting on the helmets and jerseys tomorrow as Bismarck Century varsity team takes the field for week 2 action. Another handoff inside will go for minimal gain. 2 yards on first down, 2 yards on second down, brings up 3rd and 6.
You know, I like the fact that, you know, Century still has plenty of arsenal here in their playbook. They've shown that they can give it to their fullback and they can pick up a 3rd and 6, but they're not afraid to go a little play action and air it out a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do it again. But again, Minot North has got them in a great position here. They can be a little aggressive here on defense and maybe go after here or something here a little bit. It'd be interesting to see if they do that.
Home crowd looking for a 3-and-out. It'll be the first of the game for the North defense. I formation for the Patriots. Drop back to pass. Wellstad looking left, then looking right. Goes back over the middle, and a nice pass deflection made by Gavin Toby as he takes away what would have been a first down from Todd Tillman.
Yeah, that was a great job. It looked like North had a blitz or a twist game dialed up front, and give credit to Century's offensive line. They gave their quarterback time to sit there and survey the land and make a good pass, and it was a good ball, but give credit to the North defender. He did a great job of breaking on the pass and getting himself in between the ball and the man there. So a great job, great defensive stand here from North, and looks like they're going to get some decent field position here.
The Alex Peterson back to punt. Remember, he had a great punt, pinning the Sentinels at the 5. They would score off of that, though, as Peterson sends this one away. A line drive that will be fair caught at the 47. First down and 10 for Minot North. We'd like to take this time to tell you in about 8 minutes and 5 seconds of gameplay, we'll have the Magic Towing intermission report. Remember, their phone number is 701-509-4011. Zone job too big or too small for Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. This game also brought to you by Minot State University. The best way to predict your future is to create it. With over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you'll earn the degree for the career you desire. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. The Beavers in action today, kicking off their season just down the road at First Western Bank Field. Same name as this one here, printed on the turf at Sentinel Stadium. And it's a gain of 1 yard for the Sentinels, bringing up a 2nd and 9. But things are looking really good. The offensive side, the defensive side for Minot North right now. You got to feel good about how this first half has gone.
Yeah, I've been really impressed on both sides of the ball for North. They're aggressive here. They've established what they want to do here on the offensive end, and that's obviously running the football, and they've been very successful doing that. They haven't really had to go to the air very much, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to dabble in there a little bit, maybe in this drive here before the half.
This would be the formation to do it. Play action on the jet sweep, and Blickery will quickly swing this out to the near side and making the catch for a short gain. Minot North, that's Paxton Pakalak, who's Blickery's backup. He's playing wide receiver a little bit.
Well, you try to get out there and contribute as much as you can there, and if they're asking you to go out and play a little receiver, you're going to do that because you get yourself on the field. That was a great job. I like the idea of running that little jet sweep to come back on that rocket screen because you did have those offensive linemen coming out. They just unfortunately just didn't have that last man accounted for, and he was able to come up and make a good tackle. But I was impressed with what North is trying to do. They're trying to be a little creative and be aggressive here and just kind of keep Century guessing on the defensive end.
Putting everything on film this first half, unloading a deep pass to Pakalak, but it's well out of his reach. Blickery had the right intention there, and Pakalak had his DB beat, but just didn't have the connection.
Yeah, he had him beat, and it almost kind of looked like he just stopped running. It had that impression, or at least the impression that I got looking up, that and once he got by the defensive back, he just kind of stopped running, and then when the pass went through and he realized it was going to go over his head, he started to go up again. That's one of those cases where you just teach the guy, if you beat the defensive back, you just keep going, and the quarterback's going to get it to you. You can always come back to it, but you can't speed up and try and go get it.
Carter Coleman with the punt after the Patriots forced their own 3 and out. This will bounce at the 20. Century will let the Sentinels down it at the 17. Quick break, back with more high school football on the PSP Network.
There is no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Back with high school football on the PSP Network, and before the first play can be run, Minot North jumping off sides. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Patriots with 6:11 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like Carter Coleman got a little too excited there and wanting to come off the edge a little bit, but great. Give Century credit too. They might have recognized that North was getting a great jump off the ball going on one, so they were trying to mix up the cadence a little bit, try and see if they get some guys to jump, and that's looks like they got Century to move instead. So here Coleman thought he did something wrong, but I guess he got the guy to move coming up. So
yeah, there was a longer discussion there about an offsides than I thought there would be, and it's see who jumped first, and it was Century. So make that a 1st and 15 for the Patriots. Now back to their own 12-yard line. Quarterback keeper up the middle by Cade Wellstad. It'll get a bit of that penalty yardage back, actually most all of it. 2nd down and 8 for Century inside of 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's a great job by Century being able to come back after a mental mistake there and getting yourself back behind the sticks to come in on that 1st down play. At least, like you said, get back to the original line of scrimmage and even gain a couple more yards. Give yourself a chance here on 2nd down to get a few more back.
Patriots go with the I formation again on 2nd down and long. It's a handoff to Wild, and Wild will spin his way to about 6 yards on the pickup. Carter Wild's been running pretty well as the RB2.
Yeah, he's been a great job there. I've been pretty impressed with, he's not afraid to get up there and absorb some of the contact, but he's also quick enough where he can get, if he gets through that hole and gets away from people, he can make a man miss. And as long as Century is being able to wear down the defensive front, I wouldn't be surprised here if he's able to maybe bust one here in the next 5 minutes.
3rd down and short. Century's got it like this. They've been in a Bunch of tough third down positions. Toss to Wild, but coming up and making the stop for Minot North right at the line to gain. This might take a measurement to see if Century will move the sticks. You got to believe they'll probably go for it on fourth down should they be short. And looks like that was Coleman with the tackle. They will give Century the first down. Got exactly the 3 yards that Wild needed.
You know, it's unfortunate for North because it looked like there was a guy right there at the point of contact that would have been able to make a tackle. But again, the shiftiness of the running back, he was able to make that guy miss, and then was able to get enough there for the first down. But great job by Century. They were backed up and they're able to make a couple good plays here, and they're able to get this drive going.
Wellstad puts a man in motion, going left to right across the formation. He's going to keep it himself, but is met right in the middle. Nowhere to run for Caden Wellstad. Thompson met him right in the hole.
Yeah, that was a great job by the middle linebacker or inside linebacker there to recognize. Yeah, every once in a while you're gonna, as a quarterback, you're gonna get up there under center and you're gonna see one of those A gaps that are gonna be open, and you're gonna think you're gonna be able to, to sneak through there and get 4 or 5 yards. But a great job there by the linebacking crew recognizing that and stepping up and making a tackle early.
Well, it's a decent gain in the end for Wellstad. They'll give him 4 yards, crossing the 30-yard line. They call up Wild again. Just short of the line to gain, but a slow-moving drive here for Century. They only have 3.5 minutes to work with. Yeah, I mean it's a good drive. You know the clock is ticking, which is in the favor of North, but neither team's as of right now, neither team has used the time, or at least Century hasn't used the timeout yet. So their mindset probably is let's keep moving the ball down the field, and when we need to, let's call a timeout and get some air back here. But as long as we can keep moving the football, I think they'll be all right. They go to the air. This is tight coverage on the sideline and just out of bounds. Wellstad took a hit as he let go of that football. It'll be 4th down and 1.5 yards. Decision time for Corey Volk, who leads this JV team for Century. Looks like that offense is staying on the field. The specialists are ready.
Yeah, it could be one of those where they're just going to stay in the huddle. You've got 20 seconds here on the play clock to make a decision. But to me, that long pass kind of made me was a statement saying that this was 4-down territory, and we're just going to line up here. We got the fullback there. 2 yards with a fullback like him is no problem for Century.
They'll go to the tailback. Wild, he got turned around, but that spot from the far side official looks clear. It's a 1st down for the Patriots. That'll stop the clock momentarily at 3:04. But it's going to start running right away. Yeah, that was, when you take a shot down the field like that on 3rd down, that's a good indication that you're going to go for it on 4th, regardless of what the play is. But that was a great job of lining up here, and again, this is a good drive for Century. Obviously, you want to end with points, but the big thing is they're keeping the ball out of the North offense hands right now. All about Carter Wild on this drive. 3-4 yards at a time. This time he picks up 5 to the 45. Maybe you see another deep shot here. There's got to be a sense of urgency from the Patriots as we now get to 2.5 minutes before the break. Yeah, I think you're gonna see maybe another run here, maybe, and then maybe a quick timeout to set something up here. Or I wouldn't be surprised here if we go a little play action and take a shot down the field here on this play, and knowing that an incomplete stops the clock, but you also have timeouts there in your back pocket to use. Toss play to Wild, coming to the near side, and he is ripped down in the backfield. Minot North, that defensive line comes up and makes another big-time stop, halting the progress of the Century drive.
Yeah, that was a great surge by the defense that came up, and they know that their Century's going to try to get the ball to Wild as much as possible. So they're doing a great job here, swarming to the football here. 3rd and 7, obvious passing down here, so you're going to probably see maybe a little some pressure here that Minot North is going to put on Century.
I want to shout out Will Bentley with that last tackle. Century will throw again. Wellstad rolling right, but just high of the intended target. That was Elliot Hendrickson running the route towards the boundary. It's a 4th and long for Century, but hold the phone for a second. There is a penalty flag down. It's in the area where you most likely see holding from behind that quarterback sprint out.
Yeah, I mean that's the risk you run when you have the sprint out there, and if you're the play side offensive line, and the quarterback's running out away from you, and that defensive player is running away from you, the temptation is to get out there and reach and grab, and usually that's kind of the case. And so, misplay here by Century, unfortunate play by Century backs them up here. North opted to back them up and have them replay so they can go after it again and maybe pick out, maybe get a turnover here. And with 1:30 left, with 3 timeouts left, there, it's a good opportunity for North to do some damage here.
Yeah, an interesting move there from Coach Holman to take the penalty, give Century an extra play when the Patriots already had their punt team on the field for 4th down and 8. Now it brings up a 3rd down and 17. Under center snap for Caden Wellstad. The pressure's on, gets it away, but that is again overthrown. This time looking for Isaac Bachmeyer. And that'll bring up 4th down and a punt for Century. And you think after that play, Minot North just costed themselves 7 seconds.
Yeah, and that's, I think, coach and staff probably put that into account and hoping that, but you're looking at you're looking at some pretty decent decent field position if you can get a good return here. Obviously now you've got all 3 of your timeouts with 1:20. You're probably going to get the ball with a little over a minute left in the half, and you've got 3 timeouts, so you should be able to do some damage here.
Sentinels trying to block that punt. They almost did. It's going to take a pretty big bounce over the head of the return man, Gavin Toby, and will be down at the 31. So just 1:19 for Minot North to score one more time before the first half is up. Want to remind you to stick around on the PSP Network. Tomorrow night we have a doubleheader of high school football starting down in Bismarck at 7 p.m., 6:30. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Legacy and Fargo North. An interesting matchup there. The 2A champions from a year ago taking on a winless team from 2023, but those two teams seem to be going in positive directions again in 2024. And then, of course, top 2 in the state from Minot. The Magi host number 2 ranked West Fargo Cheyenne. 8 p.m. kickoff on the PSP Network. That's tomorrow night as we kick off week 2 of high school football in North Dakota. There's a big play, and it's going to be 6. Braden Blickery finds Christian Dedman down the middle of the field. They didn't need those extra 7 seconds. In fact, they only needed 16 to score 6 points.
Yeah, that was, that was a great play call by North there. You've got a 1:20 on the clock. You've got 3 timeouts. Why not take a shot down the field to start this drive in? Because worst case, it's an incomplete pass. The clock stops. You regroup and you go from there. But a great job, good job by the offensive line. Given that there was some pressure there, he did a great job of stepping up and in releasing that ball when he needed to, and just a great job all the way around by North. And again, being able to capitalize on some miscues from Century has been huge for North in this first half.
A 2-point conversion attempt for Minot North, trying to pick up the points from their missed PAT last time. Move some players around. It's a tight formation. And whistles. Timeout taken by Minot North. Gives us time to remind you that today's game on the PSP Network is brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage, proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Find them online at RogerWardMovingandStorage.com to schedule a move or to find a quote. The first time Christian Dedman got the ball today, we described him as a tight end in the backfield. And on that last touchdown play, there was a defensive back draped all over him. Really looked like a tight end that time.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a guy that size that you can put in the backfield that's not afraid to run downhill and get contact, that's a problem. But when you can split him out wide and you can put him on a smaller guy and you can just throw that ball up and he's going to go get it and potentially break a tackle and run away from some people, that's a matchup problem, and that's going to be headaches for defensive coordinators in this division that Minot North is going to be in for the season, is how do you contain somebody like that?
Sentinels switch up the formation there, but they'll just motion back to what they already had. 4 receivers stacked to the right side, including a tight end on the line of scrimmage. Everybody going that way, and they'll give it to Jack Gannett. He's got to reach for the goal line. Instead, just powers his way across for 2 points. The Sentinels go up 21-0 with 67 seconds remaining in the first half. The timeout, the second of the half for Minot North, works to success. 21-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Back with the end of half number 1 on the PSP Network.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in MINOT and BISMARCK, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
It's Tundra Month at Cedric Thiel Toyota. With more than 30 new Tundras to choose from, starting under $50,000, there's a Tundra to fit every lifestyle. Built in Texas and sold right here in Bismarck, North Dakota, the Tundra is more than just a truck. It's an experience. Step inside to discover comfort and cutting-edge technology with the very best safety features. From the rugged SR5 to the luxurious Capstone, there is a Tundra for every adventure. Just off I-94 is exit 161 in Bismarck. Cedric Thiel Toyota. Let's go places.
Following the big touchdown pass for Minot North, it's a good return for Century. Isaac Bachmeyer showing off some wheels as he's going to get right to the 50-yard line, and all of a sudden Century has another chance to score right before the break. 59 seconds remain on the NC National Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, if you're Century, you're pretty pleased with that kickoff return. You're out at midfield here, so you can actually be aggressive here and with some timeouts in your pocket and 50 seconds left to go. 50 yards as compared to 70 would have been a little different. I was just about ready to, thinking about, what the mindset of the coaches would be. Are you going to go into halftime, you just run the last 59 seconds out? But at midfield, you have some opportunities to do some things.
Century will go play action pass on the sprint out to the right for Wellstad. Completes this one. There's a flag in the air. It's a gain of 8 yards for the Patriots, but we'll see what this is again. We saw a holding on a very similar play to this on the last Patriots drive, but we'll let the officials tell us what this penalty is going to be. Maybe you could have heard the referee mic'd up there. Something you don't see too much in North Dakota, but that's a legal man downfield on the Century Patriots.
Yeah, after the flag was thrown, I took a look, and there was one of the offensive linemen did find his way down the field there. So unfortunate break here for Century because they did have some success on that first down play. Now it will be interesting to see if they just go ahead and run the clock out and just get into halftime to see if they can make some adjustments.
It was their first completed pass of the game, but it gets taken back. First down and 15 for Century to the 45s. Hit at the line, but still able to lean forward for 2 yards is the Century ball carrier. And the Patriots will keep those timeouts in their pocket, it seems, as the clock ticks down towards the half. They don't have to run a play, the Century JV, and it looks like that will be the case. 10 seconds just left to watch go off the scoreboard. We'll break down the first half, recap the scoring in our Magic Towing Intermission Report coming up next on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in MINOT and BISMARCK, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
The Minot North Sentinels sure came to play today. After one half, a 21-0 lead for Minot North in their first varsity football game. And I think everybody here in the grandstand, they turned on a different game than what's on the PSP network, as North Dakota State just took the lead over Colorado. If you kept it right here like a good PSP network fan should, as we get into the Magic Towing intermission report. Remember their phone number, 701-509-4011, serving Western North Dakota. Alongside Corey McIver, I'm Owen Patterson. Let's break down this first half, starting with the scoring. The first drive for both of these teams, well, it was clear it was the first drive of the season. A fumbled snap for Minot North put a bit of a sour end to that first possession. And then Century, they threw an interception. It was picked off by Gavin Toby, and that seemed to really spark Minot North, cool down the nerves a bit in that first half, led to a scoring drive finished off by Christian Dedman.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in the pregame and mentioned that, you know, when you have an opportunity, it didn't matter if it was Century or North. If you had an opportunity to get create a turnover for your team, to take advantage of it, and that's exactly what North did. They had good pressure on the quarterback, maybe forced an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and our free safety was sitting there waiting for it. And North did exactly what you're supposed to do when you have a turnover like that. You went down and you put points on the board, and it seemed like after that, the excitement, the momentum was clearly in the hands of Minot North, and Century they've been able to get the ball up and down the field, but they just haven't quite been able to get over that hump. It seemed like every drive that Century had on the offensive end, there was something that they shot themselves in the foot, and whether a penalty or something like that they were always playing from behind, and obviously at halftime, as coaches, you try to make those adjustments at halftime to see if you can do better, and things that you did in the first half that you maybe want to come back to here in the second half, at least on North's vantage point. There were some things that they did in the first half that they maybe did once or twice, and we talked about here before we came back from the break that I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more of that here in the second half by North. But Century's going to be able to make some adjustments. They did some nice things offensively. They were able to do some nice things defensively. It's just a matter of being a little bit more consistent for Century. And as for North, just keep doing what they're doing. They've shown everybody that they can move the ball up and down the field, and defensively when they need to, they've been able to step up and get a stop. And so that's the things that I think North coaches are going to be stressing to their guys here in the locker room.
Going to Minot North's second scoring drive of that first half. They got set up in the ServPro red zone by a 57-yard run. It's been the explosive plays that have set up Minot North well. Look at the third touchdown, an explosive play as well. A big completed pass. Didn't see many of them in the first half of play, but Braden Blickery finding Christian Dedman over the middle. He breaks the tackle and scores, and Minot North gets a 2-point conversion thanks to Josiah Jacquinette to take a 21-0 lead at the break on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. When we come back on the Magic Towing Intermission Report, we'll take a look at what's to come tomorrow in Week 2 of the North Dakota High School football season on the PSP Network.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Back with the last of the Magic Towing intermission report from Sentinel Stadium on a fabulous weather-wise Thursday night. We mentioned it earlier today before we went on the air that, you know, you got to embrace the days like this in football season because we know in this area it's going to be cold as we get later on into the year. But what a perfect night to start off the high school football season for Minot.
Yeah, I don't think you couldn't ask for a better night. You know, the temperature was perfect. There's a little bit of a breeze today, but all in all, it was a great night. And like you said, yeah, this, you know, we could come back next week and it could be 40 degrees and raining, but you know, you take it when you can and you enjoy it, and that obviously gives an opportunity for people to come out and take in the game too. So yeah, you couldn't ask for a better night for football for tonight, and even tomorrow too. It looks like it's going to shape up to be a pretty nice night for Friday night games too.
Our game today, one of 8 across the state on this Thursday night. But, of course, as we know, Friday is the day for high school football. And we've got 2 great matchups coming to you on the PSP network. It starts at 7 p.m. Kickoff from Bismarck, the Legacy Sabres hosting Fargo North. That should be a really interesting one. Not really sure where that matchup is going to go at this point. You're going to have to tune in to find out. And then, obviously, stick around. It's a late kickoff, 8 p.m. from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. We go on the air at 7:30. Number 1 Minot, the defending 3A state champions, they host number 2 West Fargo Cheyenne, a team they came back and beat on Cheyenne's home field in the state semifinals. I know there's a lot on the line in that matchup in what's just week 2.
Yeah, I mean, you look at schedules like that, and those are the games that you look at and say that has potential of being you could see a rematch later on in November in the Dome for a championship game. But yeah, you look at Minot High coming off their walk-off championship win last year, and you know, you could talk to any of the coaching staff and players. They know that the target is squarely on their shoulders as a team to beat, and what better way to see and test that theory than to have the number 2 team in the state come into your home stadium on a Friday night and just test and see how good it is. If it was just a unique circumstance, or is this something that Minot can build on and go have another lengthy playoff run this year?
Yeah, this matchup in particular that you're watching today, Minot North and Century JV, it's a matchup that was not on the schedule back when many teams released their regular season schedules back in the months of May and the months of June, and it was barely even on there in the month of July. And I spoke with Coach Holman earlier today, and he said we were originally on the AA schedule, supposed to host Fargo South. They decided to not make the trip, searching for other, of course, varsity opponents as you would want to play, but eventually just settle on Century's JV, and say what you want and say what you will about the matchup, but these two rosters very identical.
Yep.
It's a good matchup on paper. Century, no joke of a program as well.
No.
They build their program all the way down to those freshman teams, but 21-0, a nice showing in the first half.
It is a nice showing, and like you said, you look at the rosters, and as far as age, it's pretty similar. You've got a couple seniors on the North squad, but other than that, you've got sophomores and juniors just like Century does, and these guys are gonna, they're gonna see each other, potentially could see each other again, and depending on how realignment goes with the Activity Association. But this is you look at it, and this is, you could say, it's a JV versus a varsity, but it's a chance for these guys to get out and play. And I think that's as coaches, as coaches of sports and people in the Activity Association are concerned, that's what you want. You want the kids out there playing against opponents, and people are going to argue, it's a JV game against the varsity, but really it's a chance for these guys to get out and play a game and have some success, and success is just going to breed onto the, they have success here, it's going to bleed into next week and the future weeks coming forward, and don't put anything past the JV squad from Century. They're coached, they've got good sub-varsity coaches, but their head coach has been around for a long time as well. He's built programs too, and they know how to put winning teams together down there in Bismarck at Century, and so it's going to be it's going to be a fun second half, because anybody that follows high school sports know that things can change in a blink of an eye. So it just takes one or two things to happen in Century's favor for this thing to kind of swing their way. So it's North's responsibility now here for the second half to expand on what they did well in the first half and continue it in the second half.
Next week, Minot North will host Wahpeton. That'll be on the PSP Network as well, a 6 p.m. kickoff, 5:45 pregame show. But we still have 2 more quarters of football today to determine a winner in Week 2 of North Dakota High School football. Sentinels and Patriots. Third quarter when we return.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Time for quarter number 3 from Sentinel Stadium in Minot, North Dakota. The first game in program history at the varsity level for the Minot North Sentinels. It's gotten off to a good start in the first 24 minutes, and now you just need 2 more 12-minute complete quarters to finish out this first win and go 1-0 all time.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You had success in the first half, but as coaches, you like to remind players that was the first half. You still have a second half to play, and you need to have the same enthusiasm, the same energy in the second half as you had in the first. Yeah, you had some things go your way. They could very easily not go your way in the second half. So it's important here. This first series for both clubs in this third quarter is going to be huge as far as dictating what the second half is going to look like.
The dangerous return man, Isaac Bachmeyer, back deep for Century. But again, running into his own players, and will be tackled down at the 20. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. We talked a lot about Minot North's offense, a lot about Minot North's defense. Let's shine a bit of light on Century's offense in that first half. We mentioned there's been some, positives there with the ground game. They just haven't been able to complete a pass yet.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, and I think North realizes that too. I think, Century's got a nice combination. They can run the ball well. They've given their quarterback time to throw the football. He just hasn't quite been able to find his receivers. I think that's going to change here in the second half as long as they can get the run game going.
On 1st down, they're going to give it to Carter Wild. And Carter Wild came into this game as the backup tailback to Hunter Helgeson, but quickly in that second quarter inserted himself there as the go-to guy when they're handing off the football.
Yeah, I think he's a good hard runner. Like you said, he's not afraid to run in between the tackles and get some contact, but he can also run away from you as well. So I expect Century to have a heavy dose of him here in this opening drive and sprinkle in maybe some play action or even some rollout pass opportunities here for their quarterback.
8 yards on 1st down for Carter Wild. 2nd down and 2. They go right back to number 16. This time Wild is stopped at the 30. Did have a nice reach there at the end, trying to pick up the 1st down, but the Sentinel defense swarms right there to the football. It's a Minot North defense that has been flying sideline to sideline today, especially their middle linebacker, Evan Burry. I've been impressed by him.
Yeah, he's really kind of done a great job of recognizing what's going on. 3rd and short here, you have some options here for Century. Or, you can definitely go play action, but again, you've got the fullback there as a lead blocker, or simply just turn and hand it off and get these 2 yards.
1 yard needed, quarterback keeper, and that'll be Caden Wellstead on the ground, picking up the necessary 1 and 3 more. Give him 4 yards, a 1st down for the Patriots at the 34-yard line. Ball spotted on the left hash. Keeping track of your score today is the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Might look a little different than normal, but at least we've got the quarter right this time. It was saying the 5th quarter all throughout the second earlier on. BNC National Bank scoreboard with locations on North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. High formation for Century JV on 1st down. Play action. They go to the lone receiver running a route. It was off to that back shoulder fade. Looking downfield was Wellstad for Marshall Arndt, getting to run a few routes there at wideout, but again, just a little bit off target, but also great coverage there from North.
Yeah, that was a great job. The thing was that Wellstead didn't do the best job of getting that free safety to get out of the middle of the field. He allowed him to kind of stay put and just kind of read the eyes and play the ball. And if you want to, and that comes with, and of course that comes with age and experience. The older you're going to get, you're going to be able to manipulate those safeties out of the way so you can complete a pass like that. 2
receivers to the right, but it will be a handoff again, this time for no gain. 3rd down and 10 for Century, and they've been able to pick up 1st downs today, but it seems they always get into a 3rd down spot. It's 3rd and 8 or longer, just a nightmare for an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it just seems like they've Century has found themselves with more 3rd and longs than they probably would like to admit they can. And these are opportunities that North is just chomping at the bit. If you're a defensive player here, you know they've got to get 8-9 yards for a 1st down, so you're going to be a little aggressive here. And maybe get after the quarterback here a little bit.
Shotgun snap for Wellstad. He'll take it. Has to scramble. The Sentinels are there, but completes a pass. It's the first completed pass today for Century. It'll go for 8 yards to Amai Spears, the 6'6" sophomore, hauling it in.
Yeah, that was a great job of eluding that. Looked like there was some miscommunication on the offensive line there. You don't normally let a defensive lineman come scot-free unless you're running a screen, and they clearly weren't doing that. But give Wellstead credit. He was able to run away from him and find his big tight end target for now a decent gain on 3rd down. Unfortunately, not quite enough for a 1st down, but a good punt here is going to pin North back and force them to go the length of the field.
Interesting here for the Patriots. 2 punted away. You think this might be 4th down territory, especially on 4th down and 2, but they give it to their trusty punter, Anderson, and it'll roll to the 30. A punt of 28 yards for the Patriots. Sentinel offense back on the field for the first time in the second half. There was one play that we kept in the back of our minds that worked early in the first quarter. We didn't see at all later on, and that was the jet sweep to Josiah Jackinet. You think we see that one on this first drive?
I think we're going to probably see that. Hopefully here in the first this first drive. But I think that's something that you look at as far as an offense and say, are we going to be able to get these guys flowing a different direction and maybe coming back? But they've done a great job of just running the ball downhill like they did here on this last play.
No need to run horizontally. They're just going to go right downfield for a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 from the 35, due up for the Sentinels after that carry by Caden Coleman. Coleman has been a nice complement in the backfield, I'd say, to Christian Dedman. They're very similar styles of running back, but take some wear and tear off of one another.
Yeah, and when you can and Century kind of has the same thing with their two-headed monster at the running back. If you can have multiple, you can have 2-3 guys that can run the football, and if they have different running styles, that's always a headache for the defense.
Quick timeout taken by the Century Patriots. Didn't like what they saw on defense. Back with 7:51 to go in the third on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens, that's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
I'll keep 3 timeouts on the board for Century. They had to get a player off the field due to an injury. So, quick break. We are back in action with high school football on the PSP Network. Nearly the jet sweep we've been talking about right there. Instead, it's a fake to Jackinet. They'll give it on the counter play to Caden Coleman, and that will be a gain of 7 enough for a Sentinel first down.
Yeah, that was a great job. We just talked about the jet sweep, and here you have that guy coming in motion. So as a linebacker, you're thinking that's what it's going to be, and you always, you're going to step that way to that jet handoff, and you're allowing those offensive linemen to come in and just seal, and you just come back with that counter play, and you're able to pick up the first down. So, but don't be surprised if later on here you're actually going to see them hand off on that jet sweep.
2 tight ends to the right. Here comes a man in motion. There's the jet again, but Century is there to blow up the play. That's Isaac Bachmeyer. He's been making plays everywhere for the Patriots.
Yeah, that's a great job of that play side and defensive end, just coming up the field and doing what he's supposed to. Come up and set the edge and force those guys to either come underneath or you're going to be able to make that tackle. But a great job of staying home and staying disciplined, even though, that's something that and now you've done what exactly you want to do. You got Minot behind the sticks here, and now you can maybe be a little aggressive here defensively.
2nd and 14. There'll be a pass play for Blickery. Just tries to get it to his running back, Dedmond, who caught that passing touchdown in the second quarter, but Century's pressure right there, forcing a bad throw from Blickery.
Yeah, it almost looked like they're trying to do another little swing pass screen. They didn't really quarterback didn't really get himself set. When you got that screen pass dialed, you're going to have D lineman with a free rein at you. You got to be secure enough to just kind of stand there and know that I got to get a good pass off here, but I am going to probably get hit when I do it. So the big thing here now, get yourself, if you're Minot North, you got a long third down here, get yourself a decent amount and maybe give yourself an opportunity and maybe go for it on 4th.
3rd and a long ways for the Sentinels. Blickery steps into this long throw, but it's in no man's land. Good coverage there from the Patriots. Really no option to go to for the QB, number 11. Brings up a 4th down, and the Sentinels have to punt for the first time in what seems to be a long time.
Yeah, that was a good job by Century's defense, knowing what the down and distance are and making sure that everybody, nobody gets behind you, and dropping 8 back and rushing 3s, not giving the quarterback a chance for a check down or anything. So a great job by Century's defense, but now North has the opportunity to really kind of do something here with this punt.
Coleman had a lot of spin on that punt. That's going to take Bachmeyer back to the 23, but he's going to try and return it again. A short return of just 6 yards as rallying to make the stop for the Minot North Sentinels. That was Harrison Schaefer. Haven't said his name a whole lot, but there's a lot of those guys for Minot North making plays today.
Yeah, that was a great job. First guy down is always kind of on an island because it takes one move for that return man to kind of make you miss. And Schaefer did a great job of settling his feet and just kind of keeping him and Bachmeyer in front of him, and as soon as he kind of made that first move, then to attack that, and then the big thing is wrapping up and then either bringing them down yourself or at least having your friends come and help you out.
Patriots back on offense here in the third quarter. That pass deflected, and right there is Schaefer again. Just made the tackle on the punt return, and he's got the second Sentinel interception of the season.
Yeah, that was a great job. Great job. I believe it was number 87. Bachmeyer kind of got his hands up in the air and got the tip. As a coach, you try to teach those defensive linemen, if you're not going to get to the quarterback, get your arms up in the air and get your arms in the passing lanes. And that's exactly what happened there. It was a quick 3-step drop. Bachmeyer realized he wasn't going to be able to get to the quarterback, but he got his big arm. He's got his arms up in the air. And when you're 6'4", you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get that pass up. It was a great job, and then Schaefer did a great job of just letting that thing come down to his belly. And now North has an opportunity to really do some damage.
Christian Dedman with the first down carry. Nice gain. That'll get him to the 16. And into the Serve Pro red zone, Harrison Schaefer with the interception inside of 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Again, this is the Serve Pro red zone with 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Keeping it on the ground here the whole way?
I think so. I think, North has had some success running the football. Maybe one surprised me here. Maybe, if they don't get the first down here, maybe doing a little play action, and sure enough, here we are.
Low throw and nearly intercepted as well. That one hit the hands. Number 25 for Minot North, and I don't have a 25 on the roster.
Yeah, but I mean that's we just got done saying, and just as as we're talking, second and short, you have that opportunity to do a little play action there, and a great job. It went through the hands, but he did a better job. Because the Century defender was right there to make that interception, and whether it was intentional or not, just by the way he was turning, he was able to get his arm kind of out there and knock the ball away, and gave North an opportunity here to pick up this first down.
Well, next week for Wahpeton, we'll know who number 25 is. Quick give to the fullback. First down for Minot North to the 10. That'll bring up first down and goal. Evan Berg running hard for a couple of yards.
Yeah, that was a great job there. We said his name quite a bit in the first half, and those are the kind of guys that you're going to have to rely on in the second half, to maintain the lead, and for the big thing, chew the clock and get those yards you desperately need when it's third and short, second and short, to keep a drive going. So don't be surprised if we hear his name more here in the second half.
Where is that one going? It's the running back, Dedmond. A lot of trickery there from the Sentinels as the handoff goes right back to the running back. A gain of 9, a yard short of another touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great job again. That's that jet sweep motion again. Get those linebackers stepping toward the jet sweep, and then you just come back with that counter and did a great job there of blocking and sealing, and just kind of a ankle tackle away from scoring another touchdown.
High formation, nobody split out wide. It's going to be Blickery. Blickery tried one spot on the offensive line, then went to another, and that redirection gives him a Sentinels touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great job. Initially when a quarterback sneak like that, you're kind of taught. It's almost like a zone run play where you're just kind of stay behind your center for the first part, and if your center can get you the yard or two you need, you just kind of stay in his backside and follow it. Otherwise, you just kind of keep creeping down the line of scrimmage until you find that crease where you can fall in, and that's exactly what he did there to score the touchdown.
PAT try for the Minot North Sentinels. They missed the last one, missed the snap on it. This one, the hold down kick from Coleman is up, and that one is clearly through the uprights. 28-0 Minot North on the BNC National Bank scoreboard on Braden Blickery's second rushing touchdown of the season.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Sentinels kickoff will be fielded by Isaac Bachmeyer at the 10-yard line. He'll pick up a 12-yard return, first down and 10 for the Century JV Patriots. Their last drive ended very quickly on an interception by the Sentinels, just one play there. How do they turn things around here in the third quarter?
Well, I think, they've had success running the football, and I think they're going to continue to do that. But the big thing now is they're going to have to find a way to, get this thing in the air and have some kind of aerial assault here. Otherwise, North is just going to pin their ears back and just go after the run game. So they're going to have to, kind of maybe mix some things up here and get the North defense guessing a little bit.
Caden Wellstad remains in the game as the quarterback for Century. Fullback dive and carrying defenders over the 25-yard line to the 26, and that is the fullback Braden Morris.
Yeah, I think you're probably gonna see him involved maybe in this series, just to see if he can wear down the defense a little bit and maybe then utilize the speed a little bit. But you're gonna have to as Century, you're just gonna have to stick with what you've been able to do, and that's run the football between the tackles and then try to mix in the speed here a little bit.
3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Ball in the middle of the field, spotted at the 26. Two receivers to the near side. Wellstad fell down, does get the toss off to Carter Wild. He's got a little bit of space there and makes use of it as much as he can. First down run on what seemed to be an almost broken play.
Yeah, that was a great job. It's probably one of those deals where the guard or center maybe kind of caught up and stepped on the foot of the quarterback. That happens sometimes. But again, a great job. You get it in the hands of your speedster, and he was able to get outside and break the contain and get yourself a third and short where you got, obviously you've seen Wellstead take it a couple times on a sneak. You have the option of your fullback. The big thing, these front line, D-line here in the North's got to settle in here and protect the gaps.
3rd and inches. Wellstad cruises through the offensive and defensive line for a first down. Thought Wild maybe had that first down carry on the play before, but Wellstad makes sure that Century keeps this drive live.
Yeah, that was he's been able on that sneak to get the 3-4 yards. So you want to try to find a way to shore that up a little bit, but by doing that you could give something else up. But again, you're forcing Century to use a lot of clock that they desperately need to save in order to have some success here.
Wellstad has only a second to throw. It's incomplete. It was not Bachmeyer there on the far side, but just dropping it out of bounds was Otto Fuchs. That would have been a nice play for Century again. It's one of their closest pass attempts today, but just couldn't hold on to it through the contact with the turf.
Yeah, that was a good pass. Like you said, he didn't have a whole lot of time to set up and throw. He realized that he needed to get rid of that in a hurry. It was a great job of the release, and just unfortunately wasn't able to come down with the pass. 2nd
and 10. After a 0-yard gain, maybe missed the fullback dive there. Wellstad trying to make something out of it, but he's tripped up. Shoelace tackle by Caden Coleman. That's another sack for the Sentinel defense.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate break for Century. I think that was supposed to be just a straight fullback dive, and that could have been one of those cases where just, the fullback kind of maybe got in front of the quarterback before he was ready to hand it off. Great job by the quarterback of not just, expecting the handoff there, pulling it, and then you just have to try to make something out of nothing. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and so now you're facing a 3rd and long.
Probably better a loss of 3 than a fumble for Century JV. They'll go to throw here. Players in the middle of the field. They try to go to the big tight end. Amai Spears at 6'6", but it was even too tall for the 6'6" tight end.
Yeah, that was, obviously that's a good, good choice to go after the big target like that. There was a whole lot of navy blue in the area. Even went through the hands of the free safety there, but a great job there. We did have a little we had a little push there from the defensive line as far as some pressure on the quarterbacks, but again a missed opportunity here from Century on that drive.
Patriots do have to punt. They haven't made it into plus territory here in the second half. Anderson sends this away. Could be returnable, and it will, but only for a minuscule gain. Gavin Toby is wrapped up after a 3-yard return. I saw number 20 there, Zach Bjornsson. Also running down the field for Century was Carter Coast, number 87, to combine on that stop.
Yeah, that was a good job by Century. That was definitely a returnable punt, and you were about a shoestring tackle away if you were North fan, seeing a good return. So that was a great job of coverage by Century. And now the big thing here for Century's defense is get off the field and give your offense an opportunity to get the ball.
Dedmond right up the middle, able to hang on to that football with a gang tackle from the Patriots. Dedmond will pick up 6.
Yeah, that was a good run, but yeah, there was a couple different Century defenders there that had their arms around the football. That was a great job of being able to hang on to that, because that's another thing that you're going to probably see Century try to do more here now is go after the football and try to rip it out here a little bit and maybe get that turnover that their defense so desperately needs here now to get some momentum back.
Turnover margin hugely favors Minot North. By the way, a new quarterback in for the Sentinels. That's Paxton Pakalak, who we saw playing wide receiver earlier. He's come in to replace the starting quarterback, Braden Blickery. It's a handoff again, and maybe it's just reps. This is an ongoing quarterback competition, sort of, between Pakalak and Blickery. Obviously, Blickery showed some really good signs there, but giving Pakalak some reps here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's a nice problem to have when you have guys that are competing for spots, and what could very well happen is the coaches are going to see that one guy does something better than the other, and then you can build you can build some playbooks around both of them. And now you have the defense, you have the other team, and the defense is trying to figure out, not only stop one quarterback but two.
Blickery, the junior, we saw him all game long. Pakalak, the sophomore. There's just 2 seniors on this Minot North team this season, and Minot North is going to have to make a decision on what play call they want. Maybe worried about the play clock a little bit, actually they're just going to run out the quarter with just 7 seconds to go. There wasn't even a play clock on there. We'll go to the 4th. 28-0 in favor of the Minot North Sentinels. They add a third quarter touchdown. Now can they put it away? Come back on the PSP Network for the final 12 minutes after this commercial break.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
This game on the PSP Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, located on South Broadway in Minot, open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7, and on Saturday from 8:30 to 3. For all your packing and shipping needs, it's the UPS Store. That third quarter went by very quickly. As we begin the 4th, Minot North right at midfield, and they're just going to run out this clock. You feel like in the 4th quarter. That's a handoff to Leon Holzer.
Yeah, I think if you're Minot North, I think your playbook is your play calling is going to be really pretty basic. You're just going to line up and you're going to run the football, and you're going to chew up as much of this clock as you can, and you're going to then force Century to try to be a little creative defensively and maybe take some risks, and then hopefully maybe capitalize on some of those risks. But you're going to probably see a heavy dose of the run game here going forward.
There'll be a play-action pass. Pakalak off his back foot, makes the connection. Was he inbounds? Yes! first down for Minot. North hauling in that one, Landon Salyards.
Yeah, that was a great, here I say, you're going to just run the clock out and then we come out with the play action. But that was a great throw. That was an even better catch along the sideline, being able to keep the feet in bounds and then keep possession of it as well. And that was a big play again. I mean, we've said big plays about it in the first half for Minot North. Here's another big play to keep the drive going.
Salyards with the toe drag makes the catch and the first down. That's followed up by a run of 3 yards for Leon Holzer, getting a couple of carries. It looks like the starter's day is done, at least for the skill positions, the likes of Braden Blickery at quarterback and Christian Dedman is running back.
Yeah, I mean, now's a good time to get some of these other guys in, get them reps, see what they can do, because that's all, you're looking for guys now that can contribute going forward. It's a good opportunity for guys that maybe don't get a chance to show off their skills and talents to do it here now.
With a full head of steam and some quick movement there on a nice first down run. That's Cooper Chick, number 24, getting in at tailback. He stands 5'4", the sophomore, but speed kills. Injury for Century JV here, so we'll take a moment to step aside as they check on the Patriot on the field. Fourth quarter winding down here on the PSP Network, back in 30 on the PSP Network.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Marshall Arndt that had to be helped off the field for Century JV. And while we were still at the break, Cooper Chick, another run of 3 yards. You were talking in the break, the kind of style of running back you'd see from somebody at 5'4", but Cooper Chick seems to be trying to do his own thing.
Yeah, he's not afraid to get up there and get up there in the defense and take on some contact. Normally when you're 5'4", you probably like to get behind some offensive line and just kind of play keep away from the defense, but he's not afraid to start going downhill like everybody else.
I'll give it to him again. Cooper Chick, though, this time brought down in the backfield as Century trying to hold the Sentinels as they enter the Serve Pro red zone once again. This will bring up a 3rd and we'll call it 7 from the 11-yard line.
Yeah, the nice thing here now with North, you have you're not just limited to one side of the playbook here. You can try to run. We've talked about the potential of a jet sweep, or you can simply just turn it and hand it back, or maybe a little play action here and see if we can get the quarterback rolling out a little bit.
It will be a play action pass. Pakalak, it's a high throw, but it is collected along the sideline by Braxton Thompson. Is it enough for the first down? It should be. Spotted at the 3. 1st and goal for Minot North.
Yeah, that was a great play action pass there by Pakaluk there, and just allowed the defense to kind of just go with what they thought was a ball carrier and then come out and roll out, and made a nice throw. Rolling to your left as a right-handed quarterback is always a challenge, but you made a great pass and gave opportunity for 1st and goal here for the North.
They go fullback dive. It's power football from 3 yards out. It's close. Was on a couple of bodies, keeping him alive, and that's going to be a touchdown for Minot North, adding one more in the 4th quarter. It was the fullback up the middle, Leon Holzer.
Yeah, that That was a great run by Leon, and just kind of kept the feet moving was the big thing. You know, you slam into those defenders there at the line of scrimmage, but you always try to teach those guys to keep your feet moving, and whoever can keep their feet moving the most and has that momentum going is always going to be good. And of course, you always get an opportunity to get in the end zone and get some more points on the board from North.
Caden Coleman trying to make this a 35-point game. He's been kicking the ball very well. Maybe see him on field goal duty throughout the season as he boots through another extra point. 35-0 Minot North on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We have just 8 minutes and 26 seconds left to play in this season opener for the Sentinels. It's going off to a good start.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
Today's broadcast on the PSP Network brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. Enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. 35-0 Minot North in front of Century's JV team, who's made the trip up north from Bismarck. Of course, a non-conference game for the Sentinels today, but it does count in the overall record. As Bachmeyer will get past one tackle and eventually be brought down at the 30. And AA football in North Dakota looks a bit different this year. Some teams moving out, obviously new teams being created. Minot North will be in the AA West, along with the likes of Jamestown, who's been one of the best in AA over the past couple of seasons. Dickinson, always a tough test way out west. St. Mary's drops down from 3A to go back to AA, where they've had so many state championship teams. And also Valley City moves to the West region. It's going to be a tough conference for Minot North. Don't forget about the new look, Watford City with Coach Dooley.
Yeah, it's this West region is shaping up to be pretty difficult. If you can be the team that gets yourself out of the West region, you're a pretty good chance of making a run deep in the playoffs.
Flag down after that nice gain on the ground for the Patriots. The ball carrier there was Kaysen Hegarot. We'll see what the penalty is. Obviously, a lot of non-conference play before you get against those West Region opponents. Next week for Minot North, Wahpeton, a team that always seems to be a tricky opponent for many. They may not be challenging for state semifinals and state titles, but not ever a team to overlook.
No, I think that program has been successful for a lot of years, and they've produced a lot of good players that have gone on to play, collegiately. So it's always fun to kind of have a team. The one drawback, if you're Wahpeton, is getting on a bus and traveling all this way to Minot, but that's going to be the challenge, for Wahpeton to make the trip and then to get up and get ready to play a game. But they have shown in the past that they have potential to be a tough out, even if they, even during the regular season.
A loss after a penalty against the Patriots, as Century's JV just keeping this on the ground, trying to get as many yards as they can, but the penalty pushes them back. It'll now be 2nd and 21 for the Patriots from the 20-yard line. After that, Minot North goes on the road. By the way, that game against Wahpeton, 6 o'clock start on the PSP Network next Friday, 5:45. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. They'll be out in Grand Forks, out in Fargo later on. But the one team they won't play is the team in their own city, Minot High, obviously playing in 3A football. Maybe you want to see that matchup. Maybe you don't as a developing team, and we'll see with realignment in the future if those teams should meet later on in program history. But it won't be Sentinels and Magi on the football field this week.
No, not quite yet, at least. But but at least the nice thing is they've been able to they've been able to meet up in different sports. I know soccer was here last week, and like I was telling you before the game started, my wife was here. That she teaches in the district, and she was up here watching. She's got some former. She's an elementary teacher at Longfellow, so she's got some former students of hers that are playing, and for both North and Minot High. And when she came home, she said she was really impressed on the crowd, and of course Minot High they travel well and they have a good student section, but Minot North had a nice student section as well, and she was really impressed in how both student sections and fan bases were cheering for not only their team but for each other. But yeah, I think that's going to be a budding rivalry between both schools, no matter what kind of what sport or activity it's going to be.
Back to action after the timeout, and just some confusion there for the Patriots on what was looking to be a handoff, maybe a play-action pass with receivers running down the field, and it ends up being a big loss. But I think they take back the loss because Wellstad got the ball out of his hand.
Yeah, I think the referee did signal incomplete pass, so I think that was a blessing in disguise, because I think he was definitely wrapped up for a sack, but I think before his knee hit, he was able to get rid of the football. So again, some miscues there. Looked like he kind of ran into one of his running backs, or maybe something to do a little play action there. He kind of ran into him, and now it just kind of seems like everything's kind of that could go wrong is going wrong for Century. So
delay a game against the Patriots, slow to break the huddle, and 3rd and 21 gets a little bit longer here for Century. Next week it's September, which means it's volleyball season in the state of North Dakota, and you get the volleyball coverage on the PSP Network, starting with one other matchup than Minot North and Minot High early next week. So
yeah.
The Magi and Sentinels meeting on the hardwood for volleyball soon. I know that's a sport that definitely your school, South Prairie, that they take very seriously down there.
I think they've started practice. I think they have some high hopes to finally get over that hump out of the region tournament and qualify for a state tournament. So, good luck to our team there in South Prairie.
Century JV says 3rd and 21 ended up being 3rd and 26. They'll pick up 27 yards on a great catch from Isaac Bachmeyer here on the near sideline. Brought that one in, had some separation from the defensive back, and Caden Wellstad makes his best pass of the night.
Yeah, that was one of those things that finally, that if you're a Century playing, something like that finally, you could be, you're probably going to run out of some time, but at least that's something now we can build on and be a little bit more aggressive here.
Wellstad, pump fake, now turns to his left. He's got Spears in the middle of the field. Here come the Patriots. There's 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. You need 5 scores, but you're liking what you're seeing in the passing game for the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that big long completion that gave them the first down. Now they've got some rhythm. They got some momentum, and when you've got a nice target there at 6'6", I think you're going to probably be looking for him. So if you're a Minot North defender, I think you kind of want to maybe pay attention and see where he's at on the field.
Patriots to the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Another pass from Wellstad. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Amai Spears right in the middle of the defense, and somebody's going to have to jump for one of those passes.
Yeah, I think that was just a great job of Spears just getting off and just finding finding the first down marker and just sitting there and just waiting and delivering a strike. And when you're 6'6" and you can get, you're basically, it's almost like a post up in defense where you're just going to get the defender on your hip and you're just going to call for the ball, and don't be surprised if they just keep going after him.
2nd down and 2 from the 30. Century going to pass again. They go on the flat. Pass is caught, breaking a tackle down the sideline. Actually stayed in bounds, but lost his footing was Camden Rod, the 5'10 sophomore. It's another 1st down for Century. They said, where has this passing game been the whole time? But there is another player down. Trevor Chapman is slow to get up for Century. That stops the clock at 3:58 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it looks like just cramping up here a little bit. Even though it was not like overly, temperature-wise overly hot today, is, just mild temperatures. But again, that just, that boils down to just, first time really getting a lot of reps and playing in, and your body's probably not used to doing that, and what also kind of boils down to is maybe not having enough to having enough, drinking enough fluids during the week. That's one thing coaches like to stress is don't wait until game day to start, getting a lot of fluids and hydrating. That's something you want to do throughout the week. So when Friday night rolls around, because the first few games of the year are going to be typically hot, muggy, kind of late August, early September days, and so you're going to want to make sure that you stay hydrated best you can. But leg cramps will happen. It looks like he's trying to get himself hobbling off a little bit, but hopefully that's all it is. You hate to say that's just what it is and find out it's something worse, but typically it's just muscle cramp, and you're just going to have to work it out on the sideline.
We've talked about Minot North's upcoming schedule over the course of the second half, and Bismarck Century JV upcoming schedule. How about this start to the season? At Minot North, at Bismarck High, at Minot, at Cheyenne, at Legacy. You have to play 5 road games before your first home game. There's 3 home games to end the season for Century JV.
They're going to be road warriors by the time they're done.
Thankfully, there's 2 short ones there to Bismarck High and Legacy, but you got to go all the way up to Fargo and Minot twice. Patriots have moved into the Surf Pro red zone. They're inside the 10 now after that last play. Red zone brought to you by Surf Pro, 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians. Minot North has been good getting into the red area. Century hasn't been here yet.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good drive. This is one of those drives that you're going to be able to build on into the next game. You've had success. You were able to throw the ball. You were able to get the ball down the field. So this is the drive that coaches are going to focus on for the week. Next coming practice in the week.
Bachmeyer secures the catch. He tries to stretch to the goal line, looking like that Tennessee Titans Super Bowl, but he's just a little bit short.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Century, how Century's been able to move the ball down the field, get some success, get some confidence in yourself as far as an offensive player, because some things that weren't going well for you in the first 3.5 quarters, now things are starting to click here a little bit. You're finding your big tight end, and you're going to discover that he's going to probably be a guy that you're going to probably want to probably take a look at here with only being first and goal.
Patriots had 4 plays to pick up 1 yard. They only need 1 play. It's Caden Wellstad on the quarterback keeper, going to the right side of the line. The clock should stop running now. We're inside of 30 points as Minot North leads by 29, but Century, they take away the possibility of a shutout.
Yeah, that's a great job by Century. Not quitting. That's the big thing. You're probably, the likelihood of you coming back here and with a potential win is not very good, but you went the length of the field and put some points on the board. So that's the important thing. And again, as a coaching staff, that's something now you can build on into practice coming in next week and getting ready for your next game.
Yeah, and hey, if that's the last time they touch the football, what a drive to end the day.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. The quarterback, he did a great job of finding some different receivers and making things happen with his legs too, rolling out on a couple plays and finding his big tight end. I think, like I said, I think that's going to be, that's going to be a connection. I think that if that's going to be utilized quite a bit with this JV crew, and so when you can find somebody like that, so that's that's going to be something again they can build on, and they can be ready to go for their next game next week.
Coming up shortly, we'll have the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com from their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Got a Bison score for me?
They went into half. Colorado was able to kick a field goal there right before halftime, so the Bison leading at halftime 20-17.
Sounds good. 1:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Century kickoff here. And again, Minot North doesn't really have to do anything offensively if they can keep this football in their possession. Probably could just go into victory formation. We'll see if that is the decision from head coach Jacob Holman. Talked to him pregame, might catch him postgame. Maybe not in our Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show, but if we do get an interview with him, that'll be available on the @Network PSP social media platforms on Facebook and X. Head over there to catch all our upcoming matchups or broadcasts on the PSP network. Not victory formation yet for Minot North. They're going to play out this final 141 on what should end up to be the final drive of the game. There's another new quarterback in for Minot North, and just handing off the football. Another player who did not make the roster. Must be on Minot North's JV team. Did see who made the tackle there for Century. That was Jarvis Burkhardt. Haven't spoken much about the individuals for Century's defense, but that defensive line, some big kids up there. You look to the future of Century's JV or Century's varsity team. This group, they keep getting stronger. They keep getting even bigger. This could be the problem.
You know, that's a thing, a luxury that a lot of the AAA schools have, is they can go deep. And the nice thing with JV and sophomore teams is they're going up against varsity players in practice all the time. So they're getting better in practice, and that type of thing then builds the confidence for their games that they're going to play in, because they're going up against, you know, the guys that play Friday nights, and they're having to play scout defense or scout offense, and they're going to have, you know, they're blocking and trying to tackle guys just as big as they are. And so when they get to their games, you know, like I said, the confidence is there. It's just being able to execute what they want to do.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in and didn't read the description, this is Century's JV team on the field. Minot North leads by 28 points. This will be the final play of the game. 5 seconds to snap it. Just be a run up the middle, you would believe, on 3rd down and 11. Fullback dive. That's going to be a big loss, and with a big throw at the very end of that play, Kaysen Hagerot, as that will conclude win number 1 for the Minot North Sentinels. They are unbeaten in program history. We have the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show coming up next. 35-7 your final score. Sentinels in the win column.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football, just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Game number 1 is win number 1 for the Minot North Sentinels today in week 2 of high school football action in the state of North Dakota. To wrap up all of today's games, events, we have the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show. Final score, Minot North 35, Century 7. Well, to go all the way back to the first quarter, and actually before the game started, my conversation with Minot North head coach Jacob Holman. He said there's going to be a lot of emotions, there's going to be a lot of nerves, not only from the team but also from himself. But there was one play that really turned around how this was going for Minot North, and it was immediately that interception from Gavin Toby. We don't have a move of the game spot anymore in our post game, but I think maybe that one might have been the play of the day today.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. That set the tone then for Minot North. As far as what they wanted to do, because again, both offenses were doing a great job of moving the ball up and down the field, but you had that feeling that there needed to be something to get either team going, and that interception was the spark that North needed, because they simply just after the interception went down and scored that first touchdown, and then from there it was it was everything was in the rearview mirror as far as Century was concerned. That was what gave North the opportunity and the spark to kind of get things going. And once that happened, it just continued to go for them.
And we could talk about stats, we could talk about scoring plays, but if you talk to a coach, they'll talk about penalties. Minot North, one penalty against them. That was a pass interference on the first drive of the game. They played a clean game as well.
Yeah, I think you as a team, if you don't commit any turnovers and you win the turnover battle, which they did. They were +2 on the turnover battle, and like you said, one penalty the entire game, and it was on the first drive of the game. So, I think you don't. If you were to ask Coach Holman later on, I don't think you could have asked for a better start for his team and their season than what we saw tonight. And I think that's something that you can definitely build on and be ready to go. And every week it's going to be a new challenge here. It's things that went well today might not necessarily go well tomorrow or next week. Things that you struggled with this week could be a little easier next week against Wapton. But again, it's a different opponent. It's a different mindset. Tell the kids, hey, celebrate this one, enjoy it. You earned it, you deserved it. It was a hard-fought win. All the sweat that you guys you put in practice leading up to this game, everything was worth it. Because you were able to put 35 points on the board and win your first game in program history. That's another thing too that you're going to be able to hang your hat on. But now enjoy it, but be ready to go again next. Maybe get the day off and practice tomorrow. Who knows? But maybe sit down and watch some film, because even though you were able to put some points on the board, there were some. There's always something that you can improve on. Whether you win 35-7 or you lose 35-7, there's always things that you can improve on, and that's something that the coaching staff is gonna, when they watch film and they show it back to the guys. That these little things that defensively we gave up some big plays defensively. How do we go about and changing that offensively? There were some miscues here and there. How do we clean that up and get ready to go when the Huskies come to town next week?
And of course, we'll say it again because it probably needs to be said. The opponent, Century's JV team, but when you get to this point in the season, there was a good chunk of time during the summer where Minot North didn't have a game on the schedule until week 3. Back-to-back off days for a program just getting started. A game's a game. A win is a win in the end, no matter the opponent. They got out here to play, and they played well. I think you really can't take away much negative from what Minot North did.
No.
They few penalties. The offense was clicking. They worked in a nice passing game there in the second quarter, and the opponent, whether it's Century's JV, whether it's a 6-man team from Trenton, North Dakota, whoever it may be, Minot North just played flat-out good football.
Yeah, they did, and you thank Century's JV for coming. You tip their hat to them because, like you said, this wasn't a game that was on the schedule when it first came out, and you had what you thought was going to be an opponent that wanted to come to town, and at the decided not to come, and so now you're scrambling to find somebody, and like we said, this is an opportunity for Century's JV to see what they do against other teams as well. So it's a game that it was a must. It was a game that both teams needed and both teams wanted, and both teams can learn from, and that's the important thing, and that's the thing that you try to stress to your players as a coach to your players. It's like, yeah, you like to win, but if you can go out and compete and give Century a lot of credit. They could have easily just folded the tents and packed up and went home, but they on that last drive, but they were able to put a good drive together and get some points on the board at the end of the game.
One more item of business to take care of today in our planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show, and that's probably the toughest one that I've had to make in a while. The Sport Clips MVP. So many players from Minot North played a part in this win. We've talked about Toby's interception. Obviously, Braden Blickery, he was able to find his targets as the game went on. But I think Christian Dedmond at tailback, and especially the fullback and middle linebacker Evan Berg, they came ready to play today.
Yeah, I during that last break, I went to the roster and I circled 3 names. I circled Blickery and Dedmond and Berg, because I think those 3 guys were the ones that carried this team, and I think those are the 3 guys, I think, as this season goes and as we stream their games, and you're going to hear those 3 names quite a bit throughout the year. And I think when you have a 3-headed monster like that, when you have a quarterback and 2 running backs that can control the ball on the offensive end, and then that can play some pretty good defense as well. Those are going to be the ones. Those will be the guys, and then you're going to have a kid like Schaefer that's going to step up and make a big tackle on a punt return, and then have a nice interception the very next play. So you're going to have guys that, for a game, are going to step up. But you're going to have, I think, you're going to look at Blickery and you're going to look at Berg and you're going to look at Dedmond as the 3 guys that are going to help carry this squad into what hopefully is a very successful first year of football for the Sentinels.
Sport Clips brings you the MVP of this matchup. They're home to the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. For Corey McIver, and I'm Owen Patterson, and our great crew here putting on another nice show on the PSP Network. Your final score for the final time, it's Minot North 35, Century JV 7. Join us for Sentinel football next Friday as they host Wahpeton, a 6 p.m. kickoff, 5:45 Valvoline Oil Change pregame show. But if you want more high school football this week, don't be shy to come back to the PSP Network tomorrow. Legacy hosts Fargo North at 7, and Minot High plays West Fargo Cheyenne in a top 2 battle in 3A starting at 8 with a 7:30 pregame show. Until then, from Sentinel Stadium, have a good night, everybody.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.